everyone, and thanks for coming back to the BNS channel. My name is EdieAnne. I'm an independent superstar director with Scentsy, and I've been with Scentsy since 2010. I am here to share with you a new game theme that I came up with called Scented KLINKO. It's a version of, it's kind of a mix between bingo and the ever popular Plinko game on The Price is Right. So I'm calling it Scented KLINKO, and this is how you play. Now, in true Scentsy compliance, we are not allowed to charge anybody to play our game. We can't charge them to play bingo, and we cannot charge them to play KLINKO. So every person that shows up and that plays gets to have their own pod. Now, I'm doing a play on words here. We have Scentsy pods, and I'm using the word pod instead of a disc that gets slid down the Plinko board. So how they play is they can have the ability to earn 3 free pods or discs. And the first one is absolutely free. They claim their free pod by commenting on the designated post within the party group. And I'm just asking them to comment by saying pod up. And that allows me to know that they're going to be present at the game and that they're going to want to at least play their one pod. They also have the ability to earn 2 more. And so the second one, I'm asking them to book their own qualifying KLINKO party with a confirmed party date. Now, obviously, I can't wait to give them the pod at their confirmed qualified party. Qualified means that they'll have gotten at least $200. Well, I can't do that. So I'm asking for them to at least confirm their party date with me prior to the party so that they can get that free pod and hope that they keep their date. And so they can earn their free pod by booking a party. Their third way is signing up for I have a text alert system that I utilize, and the address is right there. I'll talk about that in a second. I want them to sign up for my email list, for my texting list. So third, they get to earn a pod if they sign up for my texting list. And so they're going to text pod up to 12345, which is not an actual number. But if you want to get your own mobile text alert account, you can utilize that address that I have up here on the screen. And that will allow you to sign up for your own mobile text alert. I use this program for almost everything. It's replaced my emailing program, and I absolutely love it. So this is how they're going to get their third pod, is by signing up for my list. Then they're going to have to message the hostess or myself as the consultant to find out how they can earn bonus pods. Okay. Now, bonus pods can be earned for every $25 that they spend online on the website prior to the party starting. So instead of placing their order during the party or placing it after the party, we're encouraging them to place their order prior, and for every $25 that they spend, they get an additional pod. So for instance, if they place a $125 order, they're going to get an additional 5 pods with you to play with. So that is considered a personal special, and that has to be done through private message or text only. That cannot be posted in the party group. It cannot be posted anywhere on social media other than a private message that you and the guest have, or the hostess and the guest have. Okay. So this is how you can try and get orders for the party. But keep in mind that they're still going to be able to play. They could potentially have 3 pods already. And these are just going to be bonus pods. So it's not required that they place an order to play. This is just bonus pods that you're encouraging to place their order prior to the party rather than before, during, or after. Okay. So I've included a little sample message here that the hostess can send to the guests. I'm so excited that you'll be playing Scented KLINKO with us tonight. You can earn additional bonus pods for every $25 you spend online prior to the party starting instead of during or after. Here is the personal shopping link for you to place your order to make sure your friend host gets credit for your order. And that's where you would provide them with their personal shopping link that you created when you created the party on the workstation. Okay. Now, part of this party is the engagement. You want to get the orders. You want to get more people to book parties. You want to have people potentially join your team. That's the purpose of partying, right? So to keep people present and engaged, what I do is I play 1 pod per guest at a time. So each pod is considered a round. So for instance, if Julie, Kate, and Tanya all earn 6 pods, then the order that I play them is I do 1 pod for Julie, 1 for Kate, 1 for Tanya, and then I go to round 2. Then I do another 1 for Julie, 1 for Kate, 1 for Tanya. That way they're all having to stay and be present during the party to watch their pods get played. So if you did all 6 of Julie's all at once, she'll probably leave the party. And you're losing engagement at that point. Okay, so you don't necessarily want to do that. So you'll do rounds instead of all of them at once. All right. So also during the party, in between the pods, while you are clinking, you're going to talk about our products. You're going to show them. You're going to do little short demos. You're going to share appropriate product specific stories and how you use them. You also want to engage the hostess to be doing the exact same thing. Have the hostess sharing their favorite products, things that they like, maybe tagging people when you talk about a specific product that is associated with that particular guest. Maybe they just had a new baby and she's wanting them to pay attention because I'm talking about the Scentsy buddies or the buddy clips or whatever. So it's important that the hostess is engaged in this party as well. Now, granted, they're not going to be on screen. The people aren't going to see them, but I can guarantee you if they're typing and commenting, people are going to pay attention. You got to remember that people buy from people they trust. And so in order for those guests to gain your trust, they have to see the interaction and the relationship between you and the hostess. Okay. So basically it's how you're going to play is that you're going to keep track of how many pods each guest claims, earns, and once the party's started, you're going to start clinking. And they have to be present to play. Okay, so basically I would just take a notebook, write each guest's name down, and keep track of how many pods they earn. Okay, during the live stream, you're going to clink all the pods to see how many points everyone earns. And so here's how we're going to do this. When you see the board in a minute, you're going to understand what I'm talking about. So at the bottom, instead of it saying prizes, there's numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. At least the board that I have has 6 slots. Your board might look different, and that's totally fine. You can play it by ear. But whatever they land in is how many points they earn. So each number at the bottom of the board is going to represent those points. The points then get totaled up after all the pods have been played. Then you're going to private message to let them know what the points represent. Remember, these are considered personal specials. You cannot talk about prizes or what you're giving away in the party itself. Now, I'll be honest with you, people kind of look forward to this because it's like this little secret thing that's going on between you and the guest, and everybody really wants to know what's happening in the private message. So I kind of make a big deal out of it and say things like, okay, everybody, it's all, all the points are tallied up. Let's go over into a private message and I can tell you what you won or what you're getting or what that number represents. And so they hurry over to private message and they kind of wait for me there, and I go through everybody's points. I also have to tell them that if we're not friends, that they need to check their message request. So I like to make a point of that as well. So here's a sample hostess message that you could give to them. So how to play Scentsy KLINKO is they claim their free pod on the designated post in the party group. No purchase is necessary to play. However, you must be present during the live stream to play your pod. Otherwise, it will be forfeited. They lose their pod. If you want additional pods to play, then do one of the following to earn more pods. Book a party, text, or place an online order, and for every $25 you spend, you get an extra pod. During the live stream, we're going to clink all the pods to see what we get. Each number at the bottom of the KLINKO board represents points. Once the points have been played, we get the prizes associated with the amount of points you earned. If you claim a pod, you will walk away with a prize. And you're going to include the prize pick, which I'm going to show you here in a minute. So it's a ton of fun. Again, you have to be present to play your free and earned pods. So I just try to make sure that everybody understands it. So what I'm showing you right now on the screen is just kind of the how-tos, a little bit of the information that you can utilize as part of the training. But what I want to show you now is part of what I actually use to give to the customer as well as to the hostess. Okay, So this would be something that could be posted publicly in the party group, okay? Because there is nothing about the personal special on this screen or on this picture. It is purely about how they can earn their free pods. So basically, it's the exact same thing that we just talked about, except it's a picture and it's graphic and it's easier to understand. That board that you're seeing right there is the exact board that I have. Okay, so it says Scented KLINKO at the top, and at the bottom it's numbered 1 through 6. So as the chips or as the pods get dropped, they'll drop into one of those little areas at the bottom, and we tally up those points. Okay, so here it's just saying you can claim your free pod by saying pod up, you can book a party, and you can text pod up to 12345. And then we're going to message your host or Edie, your consultant, to find out how to earn your bonus pods. It's going to be a ton of fun. And then at the bottom is the disclaimer. You must be present during live to play free and earn pods. Each number on the board represents points earned. We will private message you to let you know what your points represent. If we're not friends, then please check your message request. So this is actually something that can be posted in the party group. That way they can refer to this, maybe create it or make it as an announcement so it's sitting at the top of the group page. That way they can refer back to it anytime. This is what you would send in a private message. This cannot be posted in the group. This has to be posted in a private message. So this is something that you could message your hostess with, and they could message the guests with to help them understand how KLINKO is played. So this is basically the exact same thing I just showed you, just in a graphic. So it shows the 3 free at the top, but it also includes place an online order prior to the party starting and get a pod for every $25 you spend. So this line right here is the line that, is the personal special, this fourth bullet point here. Place your online order prior to the party starting and get a pod for every, can I highlight that? No, I can't. Sorry about that, guys. All right, I was trying to highlight it, but I can't. So that's the personal special, is to tell them that if they place an online order for $25, they get a pod for each $25. That's what cannot be posted publicly. It talks about how to play, and that's it. Okay, so that's just a little bit of a graphic to help them understand how to play. This particular picture is for private message only. This is for public use. So you could actually post this on your own personal page to entice people to come and play. That would be no problem as well. Okay, so something like this could be posted publicly, and this would have to be done privately. Now, this is what I'm doing for prizes. This is not what you have to do. This is not something that has to be done. You can use whatever you want for prizes. But I also want you to consider, if somebody earns 3 pods, they can get all 3 of those free pods, right? So maximum number that they could draw or that they could drop in is 18. So they could earn 18 points for free and not even purchasing anything. So you want to make sure that up to 18 is not a huge payout for you, because if it's a huge payout, you could be losing a lot because you'll not have gotten any particular orders. However, you will more than likely have gotten a booked party, and they will have joined your email list. Those 2 things can be pretty valuable in the long run. It's an income producing activity. It's something that could actually produce income at a later time, not necessarily now, but at a later time. So it might be worth a scent circle. Okay, but here's how I'm getting around it so that I don't feel like I'm spending the bank. Okay, so here are my prizes. So if they get points 1 through 6, okay, so maybe they get 1 free pod and they happen to get a 1. If they earn points 1 through 6, they're going to get a sample pack from me. Guess what? Every consultant can do that. Every consultant can put together a sample pack. That is not against compliance. It's free. Well, it's not necessarily free, but you can make samples with your wax bar that you got in your kit. Okay, so everybody can put together a little sample pack. Okay. So if they get anywhere from points from 1 to 6 total, they'll get a sample pack. That's their prize. If they get points 7 to 12, so if they drop and they tally up 7 points or they tally up to 12 points, they're going to get a scent circle and the sample pack. You're going to notice a theme here for me. All right. Anywhere from 13 to 20 points, they get a sample pack and a bar of wax. Okay. So everybody's getting that sample pack. You'll see that. Points 20 to 30, they get a pack of pods and a sample pack. Now, at this point, think about the potential, okay? In order for them to get over 18 points, so at 19 points and up, they'll have placed at least a $25 order. Okay, so if they get all 4 pods with a 6, that's 24 points. So you're in the 21 to 30 point range, and you're giving away a $10 product with a sample pack. But they'll also have booked a party. They'll also have joined your email list and potentially interacted in this party. And they also placed an order of at least $25. Okay. So in my eyes, I kind of find that that's worth $10, right? But here's the deal, right? We're not spending $10 on these prizes. So if it's a pack of pods, you're not spending $10. You're going to at least use your perpetual reward to only pay $5 for that and get half price on it, okay? Hopefully, a lot of these prizes you can get with rewards from your own home parties or your own parties that you're hosting, other perpetual rewards that were unused. That's how I always gain all of my prizes. So a lot of this stuff is not shipped from, it's never shipped. It's shipped from me. I ship these prizes to my customers. That way I can put all the stuff that I want, business cards, labels, samples, whatever. And so a lot of this product has been gained by parties that I've had in the past that I hosted myself that I got free and half price product of my own. Okay. So hopefully you're never going to pay full price for these products anyway. So then 31 to 40 points, I am going to give them the sample pack and a mini fan diffuser. Again, that's going to be the maximum $7.50. And then from 41 to 59 points, they get a sample pack and a mini warmer. $10, right? Half price. If they get 60 plus points, now think about that. Okay, that's maximum 10 pods in the 6 slot, in the 6 point slot. Okay. And so they would have had to have spent at least $100 in order to get more pods, if not more. Okay. So here I've decided at this point that they get all of the prizes from all of the points with the samples. So they're going to get a scent circle, they'll get the pods, bar of wax. This is like the mega. But honestly, they'll have spent over $150 on your website already. Okay. And booked a party and joined your mailing list. Okay. Again, you set the bar for the prizes. You decide what you want to give away. Maybe it's all just scent circles and just multiple scent circles or bulbs. Maybe you give some bulbs away. Maybe you get specific prizes. I would always do Scentsy because you want people to try it, right? You want people to try Scentsy. You don't want to give away products that are not Scentsy. I personally don't think that you should. If it's in addition to something Scentsy, then that's okay. But I would always give them something Scentsy. We have it. We have the product, right? So this is how I am going to do my Scented KLINKO parties. I am having so much fun with these, and I wanted to share it with you. I didn't want to share it with you until I had done them to make sure that it worked, and it does. So, again, let's go back to this. This is how it's played. If you want to take a screenshot, that's great. I'm going to leave this here in the virtual online party group. I'm also going to upload it on YouTube so that you can utilize that information there as well. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Have fun with this. Stay within compliance, please, like everything else. And just have fun, grow your business, and I will talk to you all later. Have an amazing day.